Hello and welcome to a brand new series. Old school game. Going back right the way to 1994. The game is Uncharted Waters, New Horizons. This it's a game that I really enjoyed in my youth. It is available for the cursor. Unfortunately, is going to be a bit sketchy on this, as you can probably see in the video, because this is an old game. Uncharted Waters New Horizons was the sequel to Uncharted Waters, although I'm not really sure. I don't know much about the first game. I started with this one. It was available for the Super Nintendo, which is probably the easiest place to get a copy. A few other consoles, including the Mega Drive / Sega Genesis, and also for DOS. And this is how we are running this particular version. If I go to new game, we're likely to have a few teething troubles with this one, because it is an old school game. Uncharted Waters is set, as you may have gathered by this map, in the real world, circa, I think it's about 1550, somewhere around there, that it's set. And basically, this is a game where we are going to be sailing the high seas. There have been a few games about both sort of RPGs and otherwise, about the age of sail, and Uncharted Waters 2 New Horizons is, to my mind, the best of the entire bunch. We are going to pick one of 6 characters, and we are basically going to be set loose on the entire world, aged 1550. It's got these. I think these characters are many of them based on real people, albeit somewhat loosely and with some sort of modern anime-izations of those characters. We're going to have a fleet of ships eventually, although we'll probably start off with one. And yeah, it's basically going to be us. All the 6 characters play. Well, it's really hard to know where to start with this game. You've got 6 stories on here, and they are 6 story campaigns, and the story campaigns have a start, a middle, and an end. But the world is a sandbox. And whether or not we will play this to the completion of one of the stories or just to our own satisfaction in the sandbox, we shall see. In essence, we're going to go around the world making our fortune. I suppose... Where to start talking about this? You probably haven't played this game, and I hate to be that person, but this was just not a. For whatever reason, it never took off this as a series. Well, I mean, there's been a recent attempt at a reboot, but it doesn't seem that well known. Which is a real shame, because it's an absolute belter. I think if you're watching this video, you should play. You should watch the game for no more than a couple of episodes, because I have played this a lot when I was young, so I'm hoping I can get back into the swing of things with it. Because part of the joy of this is discovering the seams in the game and making a success of yourself. And if you're watching somebody tell you how to do it, then it loses something there, doesn't it? So we'll go through the some of the folks in sort of We'll go clockwise. So this is an example of what we've got. You're already seeing the RPG-isms get cracking. Each captain has various stats, I think it's called them stats, attributes, that will affect their ability to do many things in the game. Gianfranco is generally considered to be the best starting story character because he can do most anything. His skill, negotiation, I can't even really remember what all this does. We're going to say no to that for now. Maybe we'll go anti-clockwise actually. So Catalina, there will be different nations in this game, by the way. Not many of them. It basically, because it is entirely focused on the sort of the age of sail. It basically concerns itself with the colonial nations and the Ottomans. So we're dealing with England. I think it is still England here. Yeah, England, Portugal, Spain. I think they call it Italy in this, but it's generally referring to the Merchant Republic, like an amalgamation of the Merchant Republics of Genoa and Venice. The Ottomans, I think are just called the Ottomans. They might be down as the Turks. Yeah, and that's basically it. So apologies if your nation is not well represented by this, but that's the nature of it. There's a couple of different ways that I talked about this being a sandbox. There are a number of different ways you could play this if you were being absolute about it, and this is kind of the theme of the various characters that we go. We talked about Zhao being an all-rounder. Catalina is a naval officer, so her intended route is primarily ship-to-ship combat, whether that be like hand-to-hand combat in swordplay, which is the swordplay aspect, I have to say, is probably the weakest of all these. The gunnery side of the game is quite cool because it's quite a nice little tactical map. It owes a little bit to there was an old Warhammer game called Manowar, and it's got a little bit of that going on. Sort of classic. I mean, I say it's got a bit of that going on. You might be able to refer to your own ship-based naval combat board game, but it's like a turn-based naval combat. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the swordplay basically comes down to rock, paper, scissors, and some weapons and attacks are best in rock, paper, scissors, but you're still playing that. Since we're going to talk about computer game design and role-playing game design in this channel, it's the purpose of it, with looking at the retro RPGs. As a general rule, if one of your mechanics in a game is rock, paper, scissors, maybe go back to the drawing board, because rock, paper, scissors against a human opponent has there's a certain amount of sort of like Princess Bride style logical thinking that you can do, and that's why they have rock, paper, scissors championships. Against a computer, it's not fun. But anyway, that's Catalina. Next we have, I want to say Vincenzo. What's his name? Pietro. So Pietro Conti, he is more about trade, and he's I never used to like going him when I was young, because he seemed ancient, oh, how the tables have turned, and because of his short hair, but we may end up going him. The other trader, the slightly easier trader, is Ali. So I think it will refer to the Ottomans as the Turkish Empire. He's the kind of master trader in this. He's not a bad one to start with. Not necessarily the most exciting in terms of he avoids the sword play and the fighting until late on, but still quite good. So Ernst van Boer, who was another one I used to pick when I was younger because I thought he kind of resembled me. He is a cartographer, and one of the ways that you can achieve success and fortune in this game is not by trade, not by ship-to-ship combat, but by mapping out the globe. Because right now the globe is a mystery to the European powers, and it is the job of the captains to discover the world. That can be really cool, and there's a lot of nuance to that. And then finally, we have Otto Baines, the oldest, positively ancient, and yet still younger than me, Otto Baines, who it goes straight in to ship combat. And you might think that Otto Baines is a good starting point for a character, but I actually think he's one of the people you should play last. I think the other ones sort of grow in. It's not exactly the hardest, but you have to go straight into ship-to-ship combat. I don't necessarily want to do Otto Baines. I think on the balance of things, I will go for Pietro Conti. There'll be a little bit of story to this, and we can follow it through. And I think we will probably just stick to his name. Obviously, courage and swordplay not being great means that we're not going to be making too much money from fighting. But don't worry, there's plenty of fun to be had without picking up a sword in this game. Although we will eventually, anyway. One other note: there is some background music, and I don't know about sound effects with this, that are playing right now. I can see there it is ticking away in the background. I played this a lot as a child, but I played the DOS version and I didn't have sound working. I don't know if I'm going to pursue the sound on this. It might turn out to be fantastic. It's all new to me. I suspect it's going to be kind of repetitive based on the music as it's repeated through here. So we might do something else with the sound later, but we'll see. Anyway, Pietro Conti. We'll have that. Okay. Sick. Right, well, so this is the town interface. We can move it either with the mouse using these things, or more often than not, just move with the keys. Normally a good way to start is to start at the docks, because that'll tell us. Being burdened with the debts of your father. Who's talking about Camilla that went to Franco and Elizabeth meet to say? Right, cool. So all these buildings have different roles, and they're marked on. So that's the item shop. You can see that we're in Genoa in the top right of the screen. I think it's okay on this. That is the inn. Oh yeah, we can talk, and indeed silver is the main thing. Below us, to the south. Graphical glitching a little bit. Not really sure on that, but anyway, I might tinker with some settings in between this. We'll see how it looks afterwards. What we want, that is the bank, but that's not what we're after. We want the pub, which is this. Right, two wild and crazy guys crossing the high seas. The Falcon. Easiest to use the auto sell command. Easiest but not always the fastest. So you can see some attributes for the port of Genoa on the right. It has 750 economy and 760 industry. The price index of 99%. More on that later. It is flickering like a bitch, this, isn't it? I promise I'll have a look between now and the next episode. Better make our way to Lisbon. Our provisions are running low. Yes, we will set sail. For 10 days, yeah. So we're about to see the world map. Right, okay. Ooh. Okay, so we control that with the mouse, not the keys. I'm not going to auto sail because auto sail can take forever and a day. All those little spots, if you haven't guessed already, are ports. We don't have to worry about running adrift, but we do. Like, it's going to be a fairly tight call to get there. When we do, we probably should have set. Right, okay. Right. I think what we'll do is actually stop in to say it's just to assign crew. Right. This was on me. Yeah, we don't want any more than one on that. No. Right, okay, that we probably should have done that earlier, but okay. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Change job duty. Okay, so Camilo is still the first mate. No. Yeah, okay, so we can't use that, so we do need to use the arrow keys. Yeah, we're going to sail. Some of the music. Christ. Right, we made it. Now there is time of day in this game. It's quite an early game to be using it, so we're currently at 5 in the morning, but we can set that along by that. And now we're at 6 o'clock, which I think is going to be early enough to go and speak to the Duke. Wait, what? Oh, no, it's not this one. Sorry. Biggest house in town is not the same as the, like, Portuguese palace. Alright. Yes, a figurehead will protect us, and that will be useful. And yes, these folks will sometimes get in the way. Aha. Right, okay, so for him, I guess discovering amazing things, yes. Yes. God, you're a fucking miserable cunt, Pietro. Ooh. Right, cool. So we've now got a load of money that we can use for all manner of things. We're not necessarily going to start with that. First, we're not necessarily going to do the exploration route from the off. I would quite like to know, like, what ships we have. Because there's a lot of different ships in this game, and this may not be necessarily the one we want. Like, we could do it just purely on the back of exploration, but I would prefer to generate a little bit of revenue first. So, if we go here to the shipyard, we can have a look at the used ships. We're not going to buy any new ones. Mid-sized ship with large cargo space. Yeah, this will allow us to have a lot more stuff. The now is okay, but no, I'm not necessarily looking at that. The light galley we can use actually to do some early scouting up the Nile, so that's not awful. What's that, 30 crew? And we could reschedule that. So yeah, maybe Hansa Cog. Yeah, I don't think that is the one that we want. Finish. That's a cool ship, but not necessarily the one that we want. Right, okay, let's have a think about what we're going to do here. We certainly don't want to be investing or anything at this point. You know, we have the flagship. Just out of interest, like, if we were to buy the light galley, we could or do we go straight in for trade? Starting if we say yes, 1400 no. If we do 1300, then we kind of have to get going, but it'll give us like a reasonable. Or do we wait on that? Maybe we'll. What would you give it me for 1300? Okay. So we'll call this the. What have we been playing recently? I think. Do you know what? We'll call it. I reserve the right to change the name of things later. We'll call it the Lysithea since it's small and pretty sturdy. Okay. Can we sell the Falcon? Yeah. How much did you give for me? No. Right, okay, so we'd have to... Okay, so we don't find that out until later. To be honest, with the Falcon, I might just, stow it here anyway. Can we transfer the crew? None to the ship, and we'll put all 10 to the Lysithea. Yep, and can we go back up, and can we... I think maybe we do it in the docks, do we? It's not that. Fleet. Ship info. Falcon. No, it doesn't give us any option there, so I guess we have to do it over there. Let's start with the crew on the Lysithea. Like a simple one on lookout duty should be fine. It might be more useful later, but it's fine for now. We will see if we can't get a few more folks. I can't remember where we get it from actually, is it? Oh, I think maybe... Well, we don't want to give the gold coins yet, but... yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, just let me out of the way. Right, where is the pub? We don't want to be going up there. That is not the pub. That is the guild. We don't want to necessarily be going there. That's the item shop. We want soldiers, we want pub. Right, okay. Hello, picture. Yeah. Can we... 27 men. I think if we go 20 men. We'll put them on the Lysithea. Good. Yeah, that seems fine. Oh no, we want to remodel the Lysithea actually. Was there anybody who we could recruit here? Because we do sometimes. That's just our friend there. We will want to recruit crew members as we go. That will be tough going at first, but we'll get there in the end. Oh, I didn't mean to check in, but that's not going to do us any harm. I think we'll deposit maybe like 2,400. Don't want to be carrying all that gold around. I don't think it costs anything to remodel the ship. Load capacity for the Lysithea. Oh, sure. Yes. How many bunks for crew? Want 20. How many guns? 0. That is okay. Okay, cool. Right. Yes, yeah, I thought you were a bit weird. Yeah, no, really. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to more. I guess we'll. Oh, right. Okay, so we have to first off fleet, ship info, Lysithia. How do we do this? We need to rearrange. Ship number 1 with Lysithia, ship number 2 will be the Falcon. Yeah, that's okay. Right, okay. More Falcon. No. Oh, is it because crew, change captain, the Lysithia. So, yeah, okay, fine. Right, apologies, there will be some slight finding of our way here. Cool. Right, we're going to need supply. How much supply does it even hold? Sorry, I don't know yet know my ship, so I need to get used to that. Oh, we can hold capacity 20 out of 120. So what we so I guess we've got 100 supply. Not quite sure what actually came in when we bought that ship was, but whatever. How much food? Oh, right, okay. Well, we're going to need more money. I've forgotten how much it cost. We definitely need more money. Right, okay. Yeah, continuing investments in the port would not be a bad idea, but first and foremost, let's get. Well, first off, let me just check how much water. Yeah, okay, fine. So, 50 water, 50 food, and we are ready to set sail. And we can set ourselves for 25 days, which is pretty decent. We may. So the idea of going the galley, if it wasn't already clear, is that the galley has oars. We can also do, I think. Oh no, we've got an incompetent first mate. So we're going to need to go to Alexandria. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes with this, like, what is the DOS setup running poorly, and what is us going slowly. I think this is just DOS is actually having a bit of a fit here. That seems to have recovered. Not fleet, not rations. Can we go maybe just down to like 80%, because we are. Thanks. Like And actually, can I just confirm that? Oh, he's not even set as first bloody mate. Alright. Right, mate info. Camilla, can you... You have got celestial navigation. What are you on about? Right, okay. Right, we'll auto sail then to Alexandria, please. That is definitely not the way to Alexandria. So that's sometimes why we don't like using celestial navigation. We've found the port of Tunis. We found the point of Syracuse. I think it is up here. I don't think it's up here. Oh, no, it's up here. Cool. So if we find a village, we can do... Oh, no, shit, no. We have to... it is go ashore. There. Yes, land at the village. And I think just search. Ruins of an ancient civilization. 6 men from the crew want to stay in the village. They're tired of sailing. That's fine. We found the Rosetta Stone. I don't know how. Obviously, we're going to be entertaining themes of colonialism. I'd say this is pre-colonialism. Things with like the Rosetta Stone, but nevertheless, I don't know if our Egyptian viewers are going to be offended by this. Me, an English person, going around and well, technically speaking, in this timeline, we are identifying and reporting back on our discoveries rather than oiking them off to the British Museum or the Smithsonian or wherever you prefer your things to be oiked to. The other thing to talk about with this, because we're playing what is it's an anime game. It's in the age of sail and the age of colonialism. Obviously, the slave trade, the triangle trade, slavery and cotton and so on, was a thing. Then this takes place, I think, somewhat before the heyday, but nevertheless, don't expect slavery to be in this. There's multifaceted things on that. Feel free to post a comment on in the chat whether you think that's a good thing, a bad thing, or whatever. I mean, but slavery was a thing that shaped our world as we know it today. And it's not in this game. I must admit, I don't think that I don't think it needed to be in this game. I saw it in other games I play. Obviously, EU4 explores it a bit, and Victoria, that series do. But equally, it's a thing. So, yeah. Right, okay. Hello. Can we go there, please? Yes, we're going to stop in Alexandria. His navigation level increases, which is nice. Oh. No visitors are allowed. Right, which is actually kind of a problem. Because we don't necessarily have that much. Right, okay, fine. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to forage some food along the way. Let us set sail. We can set sail for a month, which should be enough, I think, to navigate the Nile. I can't remember. Okay. Cool. Right, okay. Now, navigate. Can we go ashore there? Yes, please. I think we will search it. Oh, attacked by a monster. Right, we discovered crocodile. That is enough. How much research again? Just out of interest. There's nothing interesting to find. Right, okay. Yeah, let's cast off. At least those things killed by the crocodile we won't have to feed. So. Yep. Ruins of an ancient civilization. Yeah, the New Game pyramids. Vaguely educational, this game. Well, only vaguely. Yes, let's land. Yeah, vaguely educational because some stuff is not going to be real. But yeah. I say it's not real. Unless I've missed a meeting. Pretty sure those died out a few 100 million years ago. And this is Lake Victoria, if I'm not mistaken. We will fully map out the coastline. Yeah, again, a little bit of slowdown. I'm not quite sure why it's doing that, but yeah, okay, looks like we're not the only person who's discovering. It's not a race on this, we will discover things, and it is enough that we have discovered them. So, yeah. Fabulous. Search that. Natural wonder. It is the Tessisad Falls. 40 foot high, near the source of the Blue Nile. I can't remember the different types of Nile. But, I assume that refers to the tributaries that feed it, but you know, on what point of the Nile you're up to, I couldn't say with total certainty. Okay. And I think that is that. So we can now go. We might as well go right the way back. That looks like Crete. In fact, that looks so much like Crete. Maybe we should just discover Crete. Oh, Candia, it's called. Okay. Yeah, why not? Yes, navigation level and leadership and seamanship and knowledge increased, as did his. That is possibly the worst levelling up sound I've ever heard in my life, but yeah, good enough there. Right, okay, great. Do we need anything from here? I don't know that we do, but I will just invest some things to the church. What have we got? We've got 13, so you know what? I'm going to give more than half of that. And you know what? I'm going to donate more than half of the 6 gold I have. And in fact, I'm such a good guy, I'm going to donate all of my 2 remaining things. You may be noticing a pattern here. Well, yeah. We can set off for 34 days. You might be wondering why we are able to sail for longer now than we were at the start of the journey. Some of our crew have died, and we've got into the habit of rationing. I don't think there is. I'm assuming that's Syracuse, isn't it? Yeah. Syracuse. It's Syracuse, I think. Is it? It's one of those words that I'd seen written down as a small child long before I ever heard how it was pronounced. We don't have enough gold to pay our crew's wages. Yeah. So the crew are fully ready to mutiny, but that's okay. Well, it's not okay. It's going to be a problem if we leave it, but as it is, I think everyone should be fine. Looks good to me. Alright, well, I'm going to have to take that call. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Right, we're not going to see quite next time. I'm going to finish off this episode, since that was not the significant call I thought it was, but rather just a load of nonsense. Okay, so we've gone to the Nile. We can now go back to our benefactor and see exactly what that was worth. Discovery. The Rosetta Stone. Yeah, okay. Money. Crocodile. Okay, so you notice in the bottom right here, eventually, so when you get, I think it's 10,000 gold coins is worth a gold ingot. This is not to be confused with ingots of gold, but yeah. Nubia Pyramid. Lovely. That Falls, fantastic, and last but not least, that gives us a nice bit of thingy. Oh yeah, there is actual coordinates on here, so we can actually find villages as in we need to. Right. So, with that in mind, we might go back to the Falcon. I'm going to see what ships they have here, because now I want to show you on my next section here just a little bit of the trade mechanic. Just a little bit of it. There's a classic sort of Well, maybe we'll go and do the Athens Constantinople run. Or Athens Istanbul it'll be on this one, so get them at EU4 used to it. We'll just check that there's no fantastic shit we could be using. I think, how much is there now? Now's got much nicer cargo. Yeah, I'd be interested in, oh my fucking word though. No. What? No. Well, that was an expensive misclick, wasn't it? Right, well, I suppose it's the Ingrid. Right, well... Load guns onto which ship? No, I don't want that one. Right, okay. I haven't got that. Like, we're going to need every frigging penny we can get now. Right, that was an incredibly expensive misclick. I didn't even get any money off that. Oh. Right, okay. Yeah, that's okay. Right, okay. Crew, transfer crew, because oh god, it's yeah, this is gonna be a more right. Okay, well, we might be on for a restart, everyone. Like, easy come, easy go with the money. We've got fame and adventure, which is nice. I think we might have to sell the Lysithia, which is not really good value for us. But oh no. Right. Sorry, yeah, we need to transfer the food. Is it fleet? Transfer cargo. Lysithia. Okay, nothing. Good. Ingrid. Take all the water. Take all the food. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Can we actually sort out the crew on Ingrid? We don't need any of this. We're gonna want, well, maybe we'll have like one, we'll do it to like 5%. Yeah. Okay, I mean, oh, did I sell Lysithia yet? I didn't. Okay. Sure. To be honest, at this point, we'd probably take more commission the Falcon. Yeah. Yeah. And we'll have to sell that too. This has not gone well for us. It's you know, obviously you don't want video games that are asking you like, are you sure you want to decide like 8 million times? But by the same token, you know, oh, we've accidentally spent all of our cash. But yeah, right, for now, I guess we'll do all the pub stuff later. Right, trade. I want to buy goods. Yeah, I know it's going to be that. Right, okay. What do I want to buy here and sell in Europe? I think it's rock salt. No, we're not going to pay that. We'll pay 43, 45, 44. I guess it's 45, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so what's max? Right, well let's just take 100 of that. Okay, and then I suppose we have got some money left up there. Oh, I keep using WASD for movement, which of course is a mugs game. Right. We need to recruit crew. How many of you will join? I think we're going to need all of them that we can get. Oh, did I just fucking recruit none of them? Oh, for fuck's sake, did I really just do that? Right, I mean, I'm fairly distracted on this. I haven't actually saved at all either, so this first episode might end up being a trailer, or maybe I won't even use it. I don't know. I might have to treat this as a learning thing. I think for now, I'm going to go options. I'm going to save this in slot 1. Let's just only name that. And we'll call it there. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.